Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie, Jessica.
So it's time for those. Well, Mandy's trying to show her shirt off first, or her shirt off first.
I'm easily distracted by dogs and books.
Yeah, you are. And
We
cats,
should
too.
just change dogs to Mr. Goose.
Mr. Goose. And Noelle is a distraction, too.
The love of my life.
Don't tell the other animals that. That's mean. Okay, so it's time for those 1 minute book recs. This is where we're going to go over all the books we read in the past week with 1 minute synopsises for each book. Before we get started with that, Mandy, you're on.
Well, thanks for being here, and we would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. I don't know, hype the video, anything that you'd like to do for us, we appreciate. So like and comment.
Totally. Yeah. All right, so we're just home. Like, this is our first week home back from Love in Vegas.
Yeah, does everybody see my fancy Love in Vegas?
I have it too. It's still in my suitcase.
You haven't unpacked?
I did my my carry-on that has like my clothes and stuff in it, but not my bag with books. I'm gonna have to in a minute because we're gonna be recording our TBR for November, and I'm gonna need that, so I'm gonna need to go grab those. But it has been a week for me. It has been like working till 10 o'clock at night every night.
Shelved. Wow.
Yo, good for you. Will you come do mine now?
No.
Dang it. Okay, so let's talk about our reading weeks. How was yours?
It was good. Hold on. I can't remember how many books I read. I read 7 books, but I read a duet, so I'll be talking about 6.
Okay. Yeah. So I read 4, like I said, it was a crazy week. But I had 4 good reads. So that's a good thing. So you get to start us out this week.
Yay.
I'm sorry. I'll try to do better next week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, I'm a disappointment for you.
Okay.
Okay, anyhow.
Somebody likes to make everything about themselves.
I know, it's the only child in you.
Wasn't me.
Okay, anyhow. What do you have our timer ready? Because I didn't hear you say that the timer was ready.
The timer is ready.
You're the best. Okay, let's talk about your first book.
Okay, my first book is a book that I read in anticipation of going to Love in Vegas because it would be a new to me author, which leads me to asking a question of everyone before we start. Somebody had asked us about doing a video of books of the authors that were going to be at Love in Vegas ahead of time, of like authors we've read or want to read. And I was like, oh, we'll try and do that. But we kind of ran out of time and it didn't work out. We are influencers for Beyond the Read author event again this coming summer. So I'm going to put the graphic up so you can see all the info for that. And we would love to see you guys there. Tickets are actually, they're on sale, but there's a sale on the sale for just a few days. So you might want to check that out. It was like one of the most fun events we've ever been to.
And I think we said this last weekend too. It was just, it had a different vibe. Like it was very, I don't know if loving is the right word, but it was just very welcoming and very comfy. And it just didn't, I just loved it. I loved that event so much.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun there. So we would love to see you guys there. So if you want to join us, get your tickets while they're on sale. Be there for it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing what we did last year, where we'll be highlighting and talking about all of the authors that are going to be there, books we've read, books we want to read, the types of books. So we'll be doing that. But my question also would be, do you guys want to see that for other events? I know one person had asked us about it. So like we have Wild and Windy Phoenix coming up in February. Is that a video you would want to see about the authors that we've read? We wouldn't be able to highlight all of them. We're doing that for Beyond the Read since we're influencers and it takes a lot of time on our part.
Yes.
So we're excited to do it for Beyond the Read, but we could do like a highlight of authors. So let us know if that's something you'd want to see for other events that we go to. Or meet like ahead of time, or maybe you just really like seeing everything afterwards too, and that's totally fine. So anyway, I digress a lot. So I read, well, I mean, that was a lot of info to get out there.
It was important, yeah.
Yeah. So the first book that I read because of going to Love in Vegas, which is actually kind of fun because I really enjoyed this author and I bought a book from her and plan to read more by her. So this is Love Without Numbers by Jade Dalston. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. So this is about Gianna, and Gianna, um, her mom has passed away. She's grown up in Texas. Her dad lives in New York. Her parents were not together. And so her dad would always come visit her. So she's never really been to New York or anything like that. She's now an adult. Her grandma has passed away and left her her apartment. And so she is moving to New York to get to spend more time with her dad, and also because she has this apartment. And so she is hanging out with her dad, who is a PA for a very high profile billionaire man who runs this huge clothing line. And he often will take models to different events that he needs to go to, charity events and stuff. And he happens to come in, tell his PA, hey, I need a date for this upcoming event. And he sees her sitting on the couch, doesn't know who she is, and is like, she'll do, and turns and walks out, to which Tony, her dad, kind of panics and is like, and she's like, no, it's fine, I'll go with them. Well, the date, according to her, does not go super well, and we see everything that kind of happens, but he is super intrigued, so he really starts to kind of fall for her. But he's got a messy, messy life going on with an ex who has been on again, off again, who is not accepting that the off again may be permanent this time. Lots of stuff is going on. So we definitely have that forbidden love feel because this is her dad's boss, who her dad doesn't really like that much because he's kind of an a-hole. And we have a big age gap because he's 38 and she's only 23. I really enjoyed this one, gave it 4 stars, and I'm going to continue on in the series.
Cool. Okay, well, I'm going to tell everybody at home right now to buckle up for this first book that I got because it takes dark to a whole new level. So let's talk about this one. So this is Degradation by Ellie Sanders. This is the 3rd book in her Brethren Lords series. You do not have to read them in order. I think you should, though, because they start out dark and just get darker. And there's like an overarching theme for all these books. So this is about Paitlin and Devin. So Paitlin has been kept very isolated. She has never been alone with a man ever. Her mother is always there. Even her bodyguards and stuff are not allowed to touch her. They have to wear gloves at all times. And she is like, seriously, she is a daughter to like one of the founders of these Brethren-in-Laws. She's got a really rich bloodline, and so she's wanted. Well, the leader of this, because this happens in the UK, so the leader of this group of the secret society of Brethren Lords decides that he needs a new wife. Now, this guy is like 3 times her age and nasty, but she gets chosen. So she is thrown into this marriage with this horrible, horrible guy who maims and abuses her and passes her around like a lollipop, and just it's horrible. And then you have Devin, who is one of his bodyguards, and he is not there to make things better. Let's put it that way. And he's not afraid to maim her if that is what it takes to keep her around, because he develops a fascination with her. So I gave this one. Now, this is the only one out of the 3 that I've listened to because audio just came out for all 3 of these books over the last month. I've always read them and they've always been 5 stars, even though I know they're horrible and he does some horrible things, and it's probably more horror romance than it is actual dark romance. But this one I listened to, I gave it 4.5 stars. It probably would have been 5 stars if I'd physically read the book, because that's just how the cookie crumbles. But I did still really enjoy it. I know that I probably need a therapist. So there you go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ready. Okay, my next one. Oh,
It's gonna hurt, huh?
Yeah, because I love this author.
Oh, was it the one we talked about on the plane?
Yes. So I've been trying to read this book for a while. I've taken breaks from it, hoping that things would get better. And there's parts of the book that I really enjoyed, and I'm like, okay, this is what I love. And then I would find myself really bored again, and I'm so sorry.
All right,
Okay,
let's talk.
okay,
I
I'm
know.
just gonna get this over with. Okay,
Okay.
so my next read was Tethered Souls by Beth Flynn. This is Mimi and Christian's story. This is a spinoff from 9 Minutes, like second generation. I love 9 Minutes. I love the Iron Tiara. This one, I just didn't care for it. I rated it 3 stars. I'm so sorry. So it's Mimi and Christian. Christian wants Mimi. He tracks her down, leaves Florida, even though he's on parole and not supposed to leave the state. He tracks her down and tricks her basically and decides to hold her captive. All of this would be just fine, but Mimi is totally fine with this. So the captor captive vibes go away really, really quickly. And it fell flat, like really, really flat for me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
9 Minutes is still like one of the best trilogies
Ever.
out there.
Yeah.
And again, love the Iron Tiara. I did try a couple of times with this because I kept thinking maybe it was my mood. But it just didn't work for me. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It's okay. It is okay. Not every book's gonna be a hit, I guess. I don't
You
even know
need to
what to
read
say.
it. You haven't even read the Iron Tiara yet.
I
though.
haven't.
No, I really like the Iron Tiara. So
Yeah.
you need to read that and then read Tethered Souls and tell me. Maybe I just never got in the right mind frame to read it. I don't know.
But didn't you say that part of it was in third person too, which is hard?
Yeah, it flips back to other people's points of view, and then that's in third person.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about my next book because it was a 5-star read for me, and this will make you happy. So I read Huckleberry Hill. I couldn't say it. Huckleberry. What? My finger won't work. Huckleberry Hill by Emma Slate. This is the first book in her Saddles and Spurs series. The second book comes out on December 1st. I'm praying I get the arc because I did love this so much. So all 4 of these books are going to be surprise pregnancy. And they're cowboys and they're like bull ranchers and rodeo guys and just perfect. So this is about Hadley and Declan. Hadley is engaged, or she was supposed to be like engaged and going on a vacation to Italy with her fiance. She found out that she is infertile. She's been told by 2 different doctors she's infertile. So she comes home to her family's Idaho ranch because her boyfriend or fiance breaks up with her over that, even though he said he'd be okay with it. He really wasn't. And so she goes home to lick her wounds. And she's living in New York at the time, so she's going to Idaho. So she gets home really, really late, like in the middle of the night, and she decides that instead of going to the big house, she's going to go into the little cabin that they have, like the spare cabin. And as she's going, a bear, like as she's walking up the porch, a bear comes out and is chasing her. And so as she gets to the cabin, she can't get her key in the door, and the door crashes open, and she falls on top of Declan, because why wouldn't you? So Declan is he's a new guy at the ranch. Let's just put it that way. He used to be in the rodeo circuit. Now he's at the ranch. They fall hard and fast for each other. I love his personality. I wouldn't call him a cinnamon roll because he's got some snark to him, but he calls her bear snack. I think it's the best thing in the world. I really, really do. He calls her bear snack. It is so cute. Every time he said that, I would literally swoon. But it's a great cowboy book. It's just got that perfect bit of everything. I loved it. I loved it so much. I don't even know what to say, and I'm doing a horrible job, but just go read it. So the next book will be her sister and a bull rider that she meets on an airplane going to these guys' wedding and has a one-night stand with and gets knocked up with. So.
Okay, my next book is A Duet by Gianna Darling, and we just did an interview with her to talk about her newest release, which if you're watching this on Monday when this video comes out, the new release comes out on Tuesday. Audio will be there as well. And Wednesday is our interview with Gianna Darling, so you're definitely going to want to make sure you catch that. So I read my dark mafia romance, which is my dark fairy tale, and my dark ever after. So I listened to my dark fairy tale and physically read my dark ever after. Let me tell you, the audio is phenomenal. So it is Dane Anderson, and he does such an amazing job. as an Italian mafia man. Oh my gosh, it's delightful. And then CJ Bloom is Guinevere, and she also does a phenomenal job. So if you like audio, this should be on your list of books to listen to. So we have Guinevere. Oh my gosh. She's had a lot of health issues throughout her life, and her parents have greatly sheltered her, and she's been like overprotected a lot. Her sister has recently died, and so that like immense pressure on her to obey her family is pretty intense for her. And she decides she really wants to go to Italy. Her dad has forbidden it. And she decides to go to Europe and lie and say she's not going to Italy. So she gets to Italy, and a lot of crazy, unfortunate things happen to her, which lead her to getting hit by Rafa.
I think she said Rafa.
Rafa, yeah. By his car. And he then takes her back with him, and she stays with him while she's recovering, which leads to their story. So I don't want to go into too much detail. We talk about it quite a bit in our interview with her, but there are no spoilers in there. So definitely come watch our interview and definitely check this one out. And again, if you're an audiobook lover, the audio is phenomenal for this.
Okay. Well, the next
Oh,
book
I rated it 4 stars.
the
The duet.
I messed up. The whole
Sorry.
duet. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So the next book that I have is one that I think is also on your TBR. This is
I don't have a TBR.
Right. Okay. So this is Tempest by Allison Rhymes. This is the third book in her Seattle Blades hockey series. This is about Odette and Gavin. So Gavin is our hockey player, and he and Odette, the summer after their senior year, he broke up with his girlfriend, and he and Odette had like a 62-day fling or whatever. It tells us in the beginning of the book how many days it was. It wasn't very long, but they really fell hard and fast for each other. They'd known each other their, growing up. They'd been in school together. She wants to be a fashion designer, so she was a little bit quirky, a little bit odd. But they really were trying to figure out how they were going to make this work, because they really fell for each other. And then he broke her heart with a text that said, "I'm sorry." And then she sees that he's marrying his ex-girlfriend like a few days later. And so she is devastated, and she decides that she will never love like that again. Like she will never let love in again. And so she only dates guys who are separated, or guys that have an attachment that'll never want more with her from then on out. So now we fast forward, it's been like 15 or 18 years. He's in his 40s, they're older, to their story. She has made it as a fashion designer, but she just found out that she has Hashimoto's disease, and she's trying to deal with all of that. So she takes a job in Seattle working with graduate students and their this program for design. And that is where Gavin's daughter comes into the picture, as she is in this little program with her, and that is how she and Gavin end up running into each other again. He is newly divorced, and it's like a whole thing. So I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was great. The audio was great. I can't wait for the next book. So
Tempest is actually on my list to read this week because I just got the ALC for Whirlwind. And so I'm like, ooh, I want to like stay in order in the series. So I'm actually going to read Tempest this weekend and listen to Whirlwind.
Yeah, and you can jump around, because I haven't read book 2, whatever the second one is. I just jumped over that one and went to this one. So, you don't have to read them in order, but it's probably more enjoyable if you do.
Probably because the guy in Whirlwind has like a little bit of a story that comes through the first 3 books, I believe.
Yeah. So
anyway,
okay.
So you can look for the audio for that real soon.
Very soon.
Okay, my next book is our buddy read for the month with Amber and Jen, and this is coming out. The live will be already out on Jen's channel, so you can go watch that. It will contain spoilers though. So I'm going to talk about The Homemaker by Julie Ann without spoilers. So if you've not read it, then this is your spoiler-free 1-minute rec that will go over 1 minute, obviously, because it's me. So this is Alice. This book is inspired by Taylor Swift's song Fortnite. But really, there's like a couple mentions of their little love thing being a fortnight, and that's really it. So if you're not a Taylor Swift fan, you will not feel overwhelmed
Thank
by
God.
references or anything. So Alice is hired by this very, very wealthy family to be the homemaker for their house. And basically, what that means is she is going to dress up in her fancy little, 50s style dresses, complete with heels and apron, and do everything that a traditional homemaker would do in the home. And this is what they've hired her to do. It's not kinky or anything like that. It's just wealthy people who have way too much money on their basically. Their grown daughter comes home for the summer. See, I'm already at my time. Their grown daughter comes home for the summer because she is getting married. Again, very wealthy family. And her and her fiance are staying with them through the summer while they do all the wedding planning and get everything done before they make their big move to New York. Well, Murphy is the fiance. The daughter thinks this is really weird that they've hired Alice. So you don't have to go into this thinking that this is just a normal thing. Like, it's weird. People get that, okay? Anyway, so Murphy sees Alice and immediately recognizes her from being somebody that he spent a fortnight with 8 years ago. And there seems to be things missing, though, that Alice is either pretending not to know him or she really doesn't remember him. And he's perplexed by this. But what I love most about this book is that Murphy actually really loves his fiance. It is not oh, I'm just marrying her because I had nobody else to marry type situation. This book brings the emotions and the angst. I loved it so much. Five stars. Hands down. Loved it. It will be in my top books of the year. Loved it.
Spiffy.
Thank you for listening.
Okay. Well, for my last book, we're going to change gears a little bit from that. So it's a Halloween book, and I didn't realize it going into it that it is a Halloween book. I mean, it mentions a lot of Halloween, but it is a retelling, like a loosely retelling of the Halloween with Michael Myers and his whatever. It is Taboo. It is Step Siblings. So this is Under the Bed by Eva Marks. This one is about Shiloh and Caleb. So they're step siblings. When they were young, Shiloh was assaulted, not sexually, but assaulted by a group of boys in the bathroom at school. And Caleb is a little off his rocker, just slightly. And he attacked those boys. He did some horrible things, and now he has been sent to prison. But he doesn't actually go to prison. He goes to an asylum where he'll be expected to be for the rest of his life. Shiloh has a horrible father who doesn't really care about her. He just cares about image. And so she was forbidden to have contact with him when they were there. She always had a fascination with Caleb. Like he wears the weird mask and he all the time, and he only talked to her, and it was like a whole thing. Well, now it's been like 15 years later, and he has escaped from the asylum, and he is coming for her, and he is coming for revenge, and he might hide under her bed while he does it. So, there's that. I gave this book 4 stars. I did enjoy it. I felt like there was a lot of intimate scenes in this, like a lot. We could have got rid of half of them and still there'd have been too many. But I did enjoy this story. He is unhinged. She's a little unhinged too. They're both crazy. But I still enjoyed the story. So there you go. Okay. Now it's all the Mandy show.
I'm going to take it in a different direction.
Okay, cool.
I read a Corinne Michaels book. Okay, so I read Fight for Me by Corinne Michaels. This is part of her Arrowwood Brothers series. This is her backlist book club read is the Arrowwood Brothers for this month of October. So this is Sydney and Declan, and they were high school sweethearts. He broke her heart and abruptly left when I think they were in their early 20s. And she's never really gotten over him. He's never really gotten over her, but he has some serious reasons why he did what he did. Well, he has now been forced to come back because their dad has passed away, and all of them have to come live on the farm for 6 months before they can settle his estate and all of that per his will. So he's back for his share of the 6 months. He runs into Sydney, obviously. Things rekindle between them pretty quickly and then die out again pretty quickly. And then she finds out she's pregnant. But he is still adamant he does not want kids or a relationship. Dun dun dun. I rated it 4 stars.
Okay.
Also, did you see him?
Yeah.
I'm kind of irritated. I ordered this book off Pango, and Half Price Books apparently is on Pango, and I have learned my lesson. I need to really read the fine print on Pango. I love Pango, but I've been burned a couple of times. I've had to change my permanent name because I accidentally ordered Elizabeth O'Rourke book that was signed. But please, if you sell on Pango, don't put that it's a signed book by hashtag personalized. That's not how you do
It
it.
needs
You
to be in the
have to have it in the
description.
description. It's not new if it's been personalized.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's sticky stuff on it and I cannot get it off and it's driving me nuts.
Oh, that would drive me nuts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any more?
Yeah, I have one more.
Okay, cool.
Okay. My next book is my very, well, I guess I did reread The Wild one time, but this is but that was for a buddy read. This is my very first willing participant reread, and I listened because the audio came out for it, and I will say it's phenomenal. So
Okay.
I listened to The Fall Before Flight by L.M. Halloran. If you've been on our channel for a hot minute, you've probably heard me tell you about how much I love this book. I love this book. It's one of my very favorite books, and one of my favorite narrators is Samantha Brittmore. And so when Laura told me several months ago that Samantha was narrating this, I knew as soon as it came out, I was grabbing it and I was going to listen to it. And so that I did. Oh my gosh, Samantha takes this book to a whole new level and made me love it even more than I thought possible. She really has this way of capturing raw emotion in her narration of characters, and she becomes Amelia, and she does it just such a phenomenal job. So if you have not read this book, go get the audio or read it if you want to, but the audio is phenomenal. So really quickly, this is about Amelia. Amelia is sent to Oasis. Oasis is kind of like a really swanky in-person mental health clinic for people who are struggling. And she goes because her twin brother thinks that she is trying to kill herself. And she's like, it was just an accident. I didn't mean for that to happen. But she's done a lot of things like that. And so the people in her life, especially her twin brother, are very concerned about her. So he gets her checked into this place. And this is where she meets Dr. Leo, who works with her in trying to help her figure out what's going on. So it is kind of a little bit forbidden and taboo because it's doctor patient, but their relationship progresses so slowly and naturally that it is just phenomenal. I love it so much. Definitely go give this a try. The audiobook should win awards. It's just fantastic. I loved it.
Okay. All right. Well, that
5
was our
stars in case anybody was like, how'd you rate that, Mandy?
You had already given the book itself 5 stars, so yeah.
Yes. Oh, this may make another appearance on my top books
Okay.
because I love
Your
it
top
so
books of the
much.
year list is very long at this point. So I'm going to be getting a lot of phone calls towards the end of the year when you're trying to figure that out.
Maybe I'll have a top, maybe I will do top 25 with ties.
Yeah.
And tied
that
for
would be
number
interesting.
1, I have 10 books. Tied for number 2, I have 15 books.
Okay. Anyhow, let's not give her any bright ideas. Okay. So.
Ooh, we should rank all the books that we read in a year.
That's a lot of ranking.
I know, that would be horrible.
That would be horrible. Okay, so here's a list of 400 books. Let's rank them. No. All right.
Well, it'd be 800 if we did it together.
Yeah, that video would last all day. Okay, so
let us know in the comments if you tuned in. I'm kidding.
It's too much work. I'd get to a point where I'd be like, and the rest are down below. Just put them in yourselves. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here, which again, I stole your line. I'm sorry.
You do. Yeah.
Okay, make sure to check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and usually Wednesdays for new videos from us.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.